Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my video assignment. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Winda Rosidin. I'm from foreign class. So here, I would like to explain two topics this video about how to deal with different types of young learners and how to deal with them. And the second topic is Principle of Teaching English of young learners. So the first topic is how to deal with different types of young learners. The first, I would like to explain three types of young learners. The first is passive and active learners. Passive learners are those who rely on teachers to present information to them. In passive learning, teachers are seen as experts and have complete control over the learning process. Passive learners are typically responsible for grasping information presented to them. Passive learning involves traditional teaching methods such as lectures and memorization. So the next type is active. Active learners participate in the learning process. In active learning, learners are encouraged to participate and engage in the learning process. Active learners are responsible for creating their own knowledge and understanding. Active learners develop higher order thinking skill and retain knowledge better than passive learners. Active learning involves interactive methods such as question-answer, brainstorming, debates, and problem solving. So how to deal with them? Dealing with passive and active learners, the first is vary the task. So we can combine vocab and grammar and each other. The second is give everyone equal chance to speak up. And the third is give reinforcement or compliment or a reward. So the next is walk around the class. So the teacher can walk around the class and see how the children learn. The next is mix passive and active student in the same group, but we as teacher have to make sure everyone does their job. The next is change the seating arrangement. So sometimes some students are passive because they think you don't pay attention to them. The next is call out their names and then give motivating words. After that, after a passive student answer a question, so you can say, wow, that was a great idea. So the last dealing with passive and active learners is do personal approach if all else fails. So talk to the passive student personally outside class. Okay, the next types is slow and fast learners. The terms slow learners and fast learners are often used to describe individuals' varying abilities to acquire and process new information. However, it's important to note that these terms can be subjective and should be used with caution, as they can carry a certain degree of stigma and oversimplification. So the first type is slow learners, typically refer to individuals who require more time and effort to grasp new concept or skill compared to their peers. They may have difficulty processing information, organizing thoughts, or applying knowledge in practical situations. It's crucial to remember that being a slow learner does not indicate a lack of intelligence or potential. Slow learners may possess other strengths and talents that are not necessarily reflected in traditional academic settings. The next type is fast learners. On the other hand, are individuals who demonstrate a quicker ability to understand and apply new information. They can grasp concepts rapidly, retain information well, and often excel in academic environments. Fast learners tend to exhibit high cognitive abilities and may require less repetition or practice to master new skills. It's important to note that being a fast learner doesn't guarantee success in all areas of life. as other factors such as work ethic, perseverance, and emotional intelligence also play vital roles. So, how to deal with them? Dealing with slow and fast learner, we as a teacher, we need to first apply peer tutoring. The second is apply mix in group discussion, same with the passive and active learners. And the third is do comprehension check, especially on the slow learners. And then ask questions to both types. Don't focus only the slow or on the fast, but we can focus on both. And the next is vary the learning methods. The next is vary the level of difficulties of the task, and then change the seating arrangement regularly. Give special treatment to the slow learners. Give enrichment to the fast learners. Give remedial teaching to the slow learners. Give feedback so students know their ability. Do personal approach and talk to a specific learner if needed. Okay, the next topic is students who are difficult to control or having special needs requires a thoughtful and individualist approach. Here are some general strategies that can be helpful in managing such students. The first is enrichment. Enrichment teaching is often used to cater to the needs of academically gifted or talented students, but it can also benefit all students by promoting critical thinking, problem-solving skills, creativity, and a deeper understanding of the subject matter. And second is remedial teaching, refers to specialized instruction or support provided to students who are struggling academically. It aims to help these students catch up with their peers by addressing their specific learning gaps and difficulties. And the last is peer tutoring, is an educational practice in which students assist and support their peers in learning. It involves pairing a more proficient student, known as the tutor, with another student who needs help, known as the tutee or mentee. Okay, that's all the first topic. So we can move to the next topic, is principle of teaching of young learners. So the principle of teaching of young learners, we have 4 topic. The first is implicit learning, contextual learning, learner-centered, and meaningful learning. So the first learning is implicit learning. Implicit learning is learning that occurs without awareness that is happening. Teaching technique we can use is imitation, like repeat after me, punishment, and reward. For example, Mr. Andy said, "Okay student, let's play Simon Says. When I say Simon Says, touch your nose. You do what I say. When I say touch your nose without starting with Simon Says, don't do it. Ready?" Okay, for the next topic is contextual learning. So contextual learning is an instructional approach that focuses on placing learning activities in real-world context or meaningful situation. It aims to connect new information or skills to the learners' existing knowledge and experiences in changing their understanding and application of the subject matter. Teaching technique we can use is problem-based learning, field trip, and others. For example, Mr. Andy showing a flashcard. What is it? Apple. It's an apple. It's a red apple, right? Do you like apple? And after that, the next topic is learner center. Learner center is a teaching and learning that prioritizes the needs, interests, and active involvement of learners. It places the learner at the center of the educational process, emphasizing their active participation, engagement, and autonomy. In a learner center, the teachers serve as a facilitator. Teaching technique we can use is project-based learning and role play. So for example, Mr. Andy said, work with your group. Arrange this puzzle into a whole picture. When you're done, put it on the board and write the name under the picture. Okay, the last topic is meaningful learning. Meaningful learning refers to the process of acquiring knowledge and understanding in a way that is personally relevant, engaging, and connected to prior knowledge and experiences. It involves actively constructing meaning and making connection between new information and existing knowledge. Teaching technique we can use is memorization, and emphasize comprehension. For example, Mr. Andy said, Alexa, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Oh, you had fried rice for breakfast this morning. What about you, John? Oh, you didn't have breakfast this morning. So, that's all the material from this topic. I wanna explain about conclusion by this topic. So, by considering this conclusion derived from the types of young learners and principle of teaching English of young learners, teachers can effectively design and implement language programs that cater to the specific needs of young learners, making English language learning a rewarding and enjoyable experience for them. So maybe that's all for me. I'm sorry if I have a mistake with grammatical error or mispronunciation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.